Have you ever felt rage so strong that you genuinely wonder if it's possible to hate someone so much? Well, that's how I feel when I take a look at this evil sock puppet monster from hell. Now, with the brand new Gumball season that just dropped, I figured there's no better time to revisit the absolute menace and remind everyone why she's one of the most hated characters in the entire show. So, I went through every episode of The Amazing World of Gumball and gathered up all of the moments where this horrid creature got just a fraction of the karma she truly deserved.
She needs to pay. That is the only way for her to learn. She needs to pay!
Whoa, even Darwin's riled up. So buckle up, karma lovers, because we're about to watch this cotton-filled demon get exactly what she deserves. And trust me, you're going to love every second of her suffering just as much as I do. Let's kick things off with a moment that's half satisfying and half mental. In The Night, we get to see what happens when the Robinsons' toxic marriage seeps into their bloody dreams. So, Mrs. Robinson is relaxing on a chair in their shared dream sequence, while Mr. Robinson is doing yard work like the hen-pecked husband he is. He decides to blow leaves at her. Now, any normal person would just tell him to piss off, but Mrs. Robinson... she grabs the garden gnome and chucks it straight at the leaf blower, causing it to explode. And that's when things properly kick off. These two absolute nutters start throwing everything that they can get their hands on at each other. They're just hurling objects with the fury of two people who've been married for far too long and hated every second of it. But here's where it gets properly bonkers. When they run out of things to throw, they both transform into Super Saiyans. I'm not kidding. These middle-aged nightmare neighbours went full Dragon Ball in their own dream. They start having a proper beam battle, screaming and powering up like they're trying to destroy the entire dream dimension. It's like Resurrection F. And they use so much power that they literally explode out of their bed in real life. Their destructive marriage is so toxic, it can't even stay in the dream world. Watching Mrs. Robinson get blasted out of bed from a Super Saiyan deathmatch is the kind of karma that warms my cold British heart. She can't even sleep without suffering, and honestly, that's kind of beautiful. This next one is short, but f***ing hilarious. In The Question, Gumball and Darwin have an awakening that would make Mr. Steve proud, except he gets ignored as usual. They go to Larry and ask him the question. What is the meaning of life? Larry tells them about his 9 to 5, and he completely crashes out.
I get up, I shower, I come to work. I get up, I shower, I come to work, I work all day, I go home, I go to sleep.
You can literally see when he starts tweaking. So, Mrs. Robinson comes back from shopping. Obviously, there's no way she didn't terrorize some innocent shopkeeper or run over a mailbox for fun. And she goes to get in her car. Except, the car isn't there anymore, because Larry's already nicked it.
I go home, I go to sleep, I get up, I shower, I come to work.
Now, I'm not saying Larry was right to do that, but after dealing with customers like Mrs. Robinson, I completely understand the crash out. But here's the thing, Mrs. Robinson is so used to her routine that she opens the door where the driver's seat used to be and just plops straight to the ground like a dead cactus. It's not the most extreme karma on the list, but I loved watching her get bamboozled this time. You'll see what I mean by the end of this video. Right, now we're getting into some properly satisfying territory. The deck gives us two brilliant moments of Mrs. Robinson getting what she deserves. And I'm all here for it. The episode starts with Gumball being his usual overly enthusiastic self. Mr. Robinson stops his car to avoid hitting him. And Gumball, being Gumball, interprets this as Mr. Robinson saving his life. So, he jumps on their windshield to thank him.
Darn kids.
You saved my life, Mr. Robinson.
I didn't save your life.
Now, is Gumball being annoying? Yes. Is he obsessed with Mr. Robinson? Absolutely. But does he deserve to be launched into space for it? I mean, probably not. But Mrs. Robinson doesn't give a flying about that. She flings up the hood of his car, sends him flying into the stratosphere.
Oh, dear universe above me, thank you for the gift of Mr. Robinson.
He's still obsessing over Mr. Robinson. Oh, for sake, Gumball. Now, we know that casual level of violence was such a low blow from Mrs. Robinson. But karma has a funny way of coming back around, doesn't it? Later in the episode, Mr. Robinson is doing a talent show performance, and he hits this incredibly high note. And I mean high. The kind of note that would make Mariah Carey jealous. His note is so powerful, it starts shattering glass everywhere. And guess whose car window cracks? That's right, the Robinsons' own vehicle. The same car Mrs. Robinson used to assault a child earlier gets its window shattered. She launched a kid into space for being grateful, and the universe responded by having her husband's singing voice destroy her car, and then the car itself assault her. Absolutely brilliant. Alright guys, if you love watching this deranged lunatic get absolutely destroyed, make sure you smash that like button and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on other cartoon villains getting wrecked by karma. No, seriously, subscribe. I need the validation to justify spending 12 hours analysing a sock puppet's downfall. Now let's get back into the drift. I'm going to talk about the pool. An episode that really shows Mrs. Robinson's cruelty and her subsequent karma in the most satisfying frozen up package. So there's a heat wave in Elmore. Everyone's melting, sweating, and desperate for relief. The Wattersons, being the broke, miserable family they are, ask Mr. Robinson if they can use his pool. It's a reasonable request between neighbours, especially during a heat emergency.
Mr. Robinson, can we please take a dive in your pool?
Absolutely not.
But what about Mrs. Robinson? Does she show even a shred of human decency?
I suppose these unusual circumstances can justify it.
Of course the fuck not. Richard begs her to spare the children. And guess what she does next?
You can go into our backyard and have a swim in our pool during my husband's nap.
Yay!
Just wait until you see this. She gives them concrete shoes to cool them off for good. Let me repeat that. This woman gives children concrete shoes so they drown in her pool, laughs about it, and then tells them to f off. That's not just mean. That's cartoon supervillain levels of evil. She might as well have twirled a mustache while doing it. But don't worry, Karma was watching, and it had a thermostat. You see, while Mr. Robinson was busy trying to find the controls to stop his very expensive, very private cold air from seeping out, he accidentally messed with her recliner and set the aircon to sub-zero. And Mrs. Robinson's chair moves just at the right moment. And then, to add insult to injury, a bot cleans her up, like she's dirt that needs to be swept away. She went from threatening people with concrete shoes to becoming a human ice lolly that got mopped up by a robot. Serves you right. I mean, meh. After Gumball and Darwin have a beef with a computer, things go to shit.
What?
Good morrow, sweetheart.
I think we already know where this is going. The Intelligence is an episode where the internet goes AWOL, and Elmore regresses to the Dark Ages. And in the Dark Ages, what do people do? They hunt for witches. And who's the first person everyone decides is a witch? Mrs. Robinson.
Starting with a black cat, furtive glances, and refusing to raise your bonnet to an officer of the law.
Consorting with a black cat, speaking tongues, well, her usual meh nonsense, and refusing to raise her bonnet to an officer of the law, she's definitely a witch. Now, are any of these actual crimes? Of course the not. Are they signs of being a witch? Also no. But does Mrs. Robinson respond in a way that helps her case? Absolutely not. She just goes, meh meh meh, which in the Dark Ages means she's a devil.
How do you plead?
You see? She speaks in tongues. She's a witch. Dunk the witch. Dunk the witch.
Dunk the witch! Dunk the witch!
Then the entire crowd starts chanting, dunk the witch, dunk the witch.
Dunk the witch. Dunk the witch. Dunk the witch.
Excuse me.
They carry her off to be dunked in water, which was the standard witch test back in the day. If you float, you're a witch, and they kill you. If you sink, you're innocent, but I mean, you drown anyway, so it doesn't really matter whether you're a witch or not. It's a lose-lose situation, which feels appropriate for Mrs. Robinson. But wait, this happens twice in the episode. Later, when Gumball and Darwin try to escape, the donut cop shouts, "Look, they're escaping on some kind of wheeled mule." And Mr. Robinson, showing the kind of logical reasoning that got humans through the Dark Ages, yells, "It's the work of the witch! Dunk her!"
It's the work of a witch. Dunk her. Dunk the witch. Dunk the witch. Dunk the witch.
You know, when your spouse is the first one to throw you under the medieval justice bus, maybe it's time for some self-reflection. Watching Mrs. Robinson get blamed for everything, betrayed by her own husband repeatedly, and dunked multiple times, because even in a society with medieval intelligence, people can sense she is evil. That's the kind of karma that makes me sleep at night. The Car is an episode that goes from 0 to 100 really quickly for the Robinsons, and I'm absolutely here for it. When Gumball and Darwin are playing Dodge or Dare, Gumball accidentally dunks a bowling ball on Mrs. Robinson's head.
Car.
It landed in the Robinsons' yard.
Yay!
That's exactly how I feel, guys. So the Wattersons accidentally destroyed the Robinsons' car.
Mr. Robinson said it's very expensive. I know. I'll just...
And how do Mr. and Mrs. Robinson respond? By going over to the Wattersons' car and violently wrecking it with a golf club and a leather duster.
This is what happens when you mess with Gaylord. This is what happens. This is what happens. This is what happens.
Gaylord? Were the writers on crack? The donut cop shows up to stop them, but Mrs. Robinson, in her infinite wisdom, decides that attempted assault on a police officer is a bright idea.
Please, ma'am, drop the duster.
She attacks an armed officer of the law with a cleaning tool. And that's when the donut cop makes the best decision he's made all episode. He tases her.
Please, ma'am, drop the duster. Please. No, ma'am. No, no.
Mrs. Robinson gets hit with the taser and drops to the ground like a sack of potatoes. But Mr. Robinson, not learning a damn thing, sees his wife tased out and tries to avenge her. So he gets tased too.
No, sir. No, please.
The donut cop arrests them both and declares them insane.
Too bad you have to live next to such monsters.
That's because that's the only explanation for this stupid behaviour. Knowing Mrs. Robinson's going to prison is so satisfying. She gets hauled off to jail, all because she couldn't control her rage for 5 bloody seconds.
All right, Mr. Robinson. We'll look after your house while you're gone.
Now that ticks one plan off of my to-do list. All right, before we dive into this absolute masterpiece of karma, I need to tell you something. This episode isn't available in the UK until October. But guess what? It's already released in the US, so yours truly got a VPN and a Hulu subscription just to watch Mrs. Robinson get absolutely destroyed in glorious high definition. And let me tell you, it was worth every penny. Not that penny. Right.
Or daylight.
Or anything that doesn't involve other people suffering.
Meh. Thank you.
Now we get to the crown jewel of Mrs. Robinson's karma moments. The Wicked is an entire episode dedicated to showing just how evil this woman is. And boy, oh boy, does the universe deliver justice in the most spectacular and violent way possible. First, she feeds coffee and prune juice-laced nuts to squirrels. Why? To turn them into hyperactive, bowel-distressed rodents that attack innocent civilians.
Damn!
She's weaponized squirrels with laxatives. That's the level of evil that we're dealing with. And crazy. Then she goes dancing with a character named Goblin. And while she's dancing with this poor bloke, she steals his wallet. She robs a man while pretending to be friendly with him. The fact that Mrs. Robinson was already being friendly is already a red flag. But she's not done. Mrs. Robinson finds a speed limit sign that says 30 and changes it to 800, causing multiple car crashes. We're not even halfway through this episode, and she's already messed up dozens of people's lives because she thought it would be funny to watch cars go faster than they're made to.
Now this is where she really shows her true colours.
She slaps ice cream out of a child's hand. The kid starts crying, and what does Mrs. Robinson do? She collects his tears in a glass and drinks it. She made a child cry, then harvested his tears like some kind of sadist Dracula.
Oh, hell no!
Who does that? And here's the moment that really seals her fate. Darwin's choking on a toy, and Mrs. Robinson is right there. She could help him. She could save his life. But instead, she just watches him, smiles, and slowly closes her door, leaving him to choke. She was willing to let a child die rather than interrupt her crime spree. Next, she drives through a mall, causing massive destruction and putting everyone in danger, as usual. This woman is in terror. She's just ploughing through shops, knocking over displays and running people over for absolutely no reason. She's like Vin Diesel with anger issues. But Karma was watching, and Karma decided that Mrs. Robinson needed the most elaborate, violent, extended beatdown that cartoon physics could deliver. As she's driving away, leaving the kids to get in trouble, again, a streetlight falls on her car, just drops right on top of the vehicle, causing her to swerve directly into a sign. But that's just the beginning. She gets blasted by a fire hydrant with so much force that she's launched into the highway. We're talking a full pressure water blast that sends her and the car flying. She lands on the highway and immediately her car gets crushed between two trucks. No one is calling that bitch an ambulance. She plops out of the car like a test dummy. But the universe isn't done with her yet. Not even close to it, mate. She falls into oil that's leaked on the road. Gets absolutely drenched in it. Then, a broken cable sparks the oil, causing a massive explosion. Wait, why didn't the plane hit her? Or wait, maybe it did. Let's play that clip again really slow. Yeah, she got hit by a plane. Let me recap this glorious chain of karma. Streetlight, fire hydrant blast, crushed by trucks, oil fire explosion, airplane collision, falling from the sky and getting run over by an ambulance. That's 7 acts of cosmic violence under 1 minute. This isn't just karma, this is karma throwing a parade in your honor.
What'd you call the police? Get what you fucking deserve!
And then running you over with the float. This is the universe looking at everything Mrs. Robinson did and saying, right, we're gonna need to fully Final Destination this bitch. If there was ever a moment that justified making this entire video, it's this one. The Wicked doesn't just give Mrs. Robinson karma, it gives her legendary karma. The kind of karma that other cartoon villains watch and think, bloody hell, maybe I should reconsider my life choices. Finally, she got what was coming to her. Honestly though, she should have gotten more. A lot more. But we take the small wins on this channel. If you've got any tips for any other fucked up characters who need a karma smacking,
Drop them in the comments.
and for the love of fucking God, don't move in next door to the sadist sock puppet with a grudge against happiness. Now cheerio!